Hey there, welcome to our channel. I'm Kathy, aka Oma.
And I'm Shawn, aka Opa, and we're here to kick off this channel. We're firm believers in Jesus Christ, and we don't do this full time RVing, but we do enjoy it. We enjoy getting out in nature, as you can see behind us, meeting other similar folks out here in the camping world, the challenges sometimes of camping. I did a lot of repairing things in my life, so it keeps me busy.
So I'm trying to figure out when or at what point did we decide to buy a trailer? And how long were we thinking about it? Do you remember?
We were probably thinking about it like over a year. I think I did research. Of course, COVID had an impact on that. It was 2020, and we had a dog, and I traveled a lot for work. So I had I was staying in hotels a lot, although I paused during COVID a little bit. But we want to travel. I enjoyed getting around the country. I just didn't enjoy flying and hotels. And then we have a dog too. So,
Yeah, but I believe we bought it in 2021 though, didn't we?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we started thinking about it in
Yeah,
2020,
we
and I did a lot of research. I mean, a lot of research in all different
Yeah, and
units.
that is so important, I think, not to be, real spontaneous with this, to really put in a lot of thought because, as you may have read in our description, we purchased our first trailer in 2021 and we had upgraded already to a bigger one in 2023, I believe,
Yeah, well,
the one
this
that we're sitting in now.
yeah in 20 it's this one was like the end of the 2022. I mean, we went for a 21 to a 22, but we really did it at the end of 22, and the 2021 we bought early in the season. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we didn't have the first one that long.
Now, let's talk about that. So, we didn't have the first one that long because,
Well, we took a trip. It was already pretty tight. Right, it was smaller unit, not a separate bedroom. We took a trip to upstate New York, and it rained the entire time we were there. We were stuck in a trailer, and there just wasn't enough room. We have a dog, and between us and the dog, and taking the dog out for walks, and bringing the debris of the campground in the rain in, it just it was like, okay, we need something bigger. And I said to her, we want something bigger. We need a bigger truck. So we did that first. We bought a bigger truck first. And then we got this, and we took the bigger truck and that trailer all the way out to Kentucky. And then at the end of that second season, we had that trailer, is when we got this trailer.
yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because I remember when we first went shopping for a travel trailer, we were looking at the couples trailers and, we're like, well, we don't need that much. I like to live a minimalistic life and, we don't like to have a lot of stuff. So that's why we would walk in and we'd be like, no, we don't need those big things. We'd be really happy with just something small. After all, we're just on the road, we'll be outside. But again, just a weekend of sitting in the trailer for 48 hours and it's raining and we can't go out. It just got tight. And our dog is almost 70 pounds, so he's a big boy. So he was taking up a lot of floor space as it is. So it was just funny, when I think about how we thought a smaller trailer would be great because we didn't need much, but it was our first one. And I believe, other people have said that typically it's not going to be your last one.
So my final advice on your first trailer, if you're just looking, I did a lot of research. We went and got an expensive quality trailer. More on the quality side than don't do that. Go with a less expensive trailer right off, because although you think you know what you're gonna want and need till you get out there, then we started putting a list together, like, oh, if we had a separate bedroom, oh, if we had a fireplace, oh, if you start putting that list together, and then yeah, this trailer has everything we need. It has some drawbacks. It's a little longer than I like because it doesn't fit in some of the national parks. It's 32 feet, but yeah. And just understand, this is an adventure. We came home with that first trailer the first week. Oh,
Yes.
I pull into our neighborhood, and for some reason, our direct neighbor, which doesn't live far away, doesn't live far away at all, had people over, and the whole neighborhood, and we live across the street from a park. The whole neighborhood was trying to help me back that trailer into that driveway, and it was a zoo. And I
Yeah.
just got it in there. I didn't have it where I want in the trailer, but I had to wait for everybody to leave before I put it where I wanted it. So,
Yeah, and that one was what, 23 feet? It was a
yes.
23-foot. So it wasn't this one, the one we're sitting in right now is 32.
Yeah.
So that one was really small, but it was his first time doing all of that. And, it was definitely a learning curve. But we have to, we have to laugh too, because where we live, we can't keep our trailer in our driveway. Our township doesn't allow it. So we had to find a storage place for it. So we found a place kind of, just a few miles from our house. And let Shawn tell you about that.
Oof. So, it's an 8 foot wide trailer, and the parking spot they give you, they have chain link fences, and the poles are 10 feet apart. And they're like, that's your space. You get to park between the poles. They're like, oh, so you're putting an 8 foot trailer in a 10 foot spot. You got a foot on each side, and the trailers next to you, I don't even think one was regular trailer, it was something else, but like they can be right on the line too. And so you're like, ooh. And you have some of these steps that come down versus like the ones that come out.
True.
So we wanted to make enough room that we could get in the trailer when it's in storage. It was tight. It would be tight each time I put it in there. Again, I figured out how to do it myself, doing a lot of
Well, that was a
fighting.
whole thing in itself because I have high anxiety as it is, and helping him to back it in did not go well. And we've seen other YouTube videos about that where people talk about it, and you kind of have to have a strong marriage to get through that. And we even went, I think we got walkie-talkies.
Yeah,
We were
which
trying to
never
use
use.
our phones, and it was just a mess. And we took the advice of some other people and said, you know what, just do it by yourself. Just do it by yourself. And it saved us a lot of arguments. Not that we argued about it, but it was just tense moments at that time.
I mean, I get out of the trailer and look around a lot more. I got a good quality backup camera. I have a Chevy, so I use the GM system. So that's a good quality backup camera. So I can really see well where I'm at, and that's how I do it. I just take your time. Another advice from somebody on a different channel was slow is pro, and I knew that in maintenance. Don't try to rush it, because as soon as you try to rush it, that's when you do things twice. So when you're back in the trailer, it's the same thing. Just take your time, put it in there. Just slow is pro, and if you got to pull back out, you got to pull back out. Just take your time and do it.
So I think it's okay for us to talk about what we got first off, the brand that we got, and also the truck that you had, and the importance of being mindful of your payload, I think it's called, right?
Yeah, payload versus
Right.
towing.
Yeah, because that's a whole learning curve, and we have learned, and we've heard other people talk about how a dealer will try to just get the trailer sold and not really match it up correctly with as far as weight goes with your truck. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we started off with a Rockwood 2109S, one of their smaller ones. It's still a pretty heavy hitch weight, though. All the Rockwoods are, and believe me, we love that trailer. It was a good quality trailer.
We'll probably go back to a Rockwood at some point.
Yeah, yeah, that's I can see one of them in our future. Great quality trailer. Uh, the it was a little hitch heavy. Now I had a Ford F-150, but I had the smallest V6 twin turbo EconoBoost. It was an off-road type package, like a sport package, so the suspension was softer. So I was getting what you call porpoising going down, where it would kind of like bounce, not side to side as much, but bounce. And even still in the wind, like you'd really get the push and pull from trucks coming, or pull and push for when trucks would come blowing by. But it could handle it, but it just wasn't as comfortable. I tried putting stiffer tires on it, which did help, but did not help come day to day driving with the thing. So we ended up upgrading to a Chevy 2500, and then when the Rockwood on, you could barely. It was
Yeah.
you were driving around now. Current trailer, we have a Grand Surveyor 253 RLS, and I went with a waist safe distribution hitch where I can really see the weight when you put it on, and there's an app where you can calculate it. Do I use the app? No. It has about 1,000 pound hitch weight when we have it loaded, and although I could put it higher, things tend to run better with it a little less. The ride's a lot better, as you can adjust the amount of tension on with a bolt and stuff. So, yeah, we got a pretty good setup now. Sway hasn't been a problem with this trailer at all, and we took it to the Carolinas, on major highways all over the place. So
Yeah, I
it
know.
does
I
good.
remember you commenting a lot about, going past trucks and things like that when you were in the Ford F-150 with the mini light. I mean, there's no way that would have pulled this.
No.
But just how passing a truck would affect your driving.
Yeah, see, now the Ford only had like 1,300 pound cargo capacity, and people talk about, oh, it's got the towing, it could pull 8,000 pounds. Is the towing, I forget what they call that when they try to sell you a truck, your towing capacity. But when that hitch comes on there, and you have only like 1,300 pounds, and I was estimating I was probably putting 700-800 pounds hitch weight on the very back of that truck. So then you put us in, right? And they account for a 150-pound driver. I don't know where they found that person. Maybe a jockey at a racehorse thing, but we weigh a little more than that. So you put us in, ain't that 70-pound dog. Next thing you know, we're at or over cargo capacity of that truck, where going to the 2,500 three-quarter ton, we have like something like 3,500 pounds of cargo. We can load the thing up. It handles it great. It does. It pulls nice.
Yeah, because that kind of stuff makes me really nervous. I don't really get too involved in that part of it, but I am one that packs up the things, and I don't want to have to worry about that. So I'm really grateful that he understands it and just takes care of that, and I don't really have to worry at all. Well, we had to take a quick break, and we are kind of going to end this one. We realize that we have a lot that we want to talk about, just with, purchasing our first trailer and transitioning into this larger one. So we're going to have a part two, and we'll continue on. We don't want to make our videos way too long. So thank you for watching this one. I hope you decide to like, subscribe, and share our new channel with somebody else. This is the very first video. We know that we have some things to learn with recording, like watching the camera and watching all our but pretty much we're not too worried about all of that. We just want to share our experience with this. I guess they call it like our second chapter of life, as we go into these retirement years and start camping more, and yeah, just sharing this RV life with you all. So I hope you all have a nice day, and be sure to hit the notification bell so that you know when we put up part 2. Have a great day.
God bless.